I want to dial back a little bit into history because Kenneth Okonkwo, the former spokesperson of Peter Obi in Labour, now also a member of the NWC in the ADC, has claimed that Peter Obi is only afraid of primary contest. He tries to run away from primaries, and he plotted his trajectory. And that brings me to you, that in APGA, Peter Obi's first emergence into politics contested for governorship in Anambra State against you, and you won, before maybe Tim Chukwuemeka Ojukwu compelled or prevailed on you to step down. Can you shed light on, because it's very important, Chief Nwosu, shed light on this bit of history for us?
You see, Peter Obi happened to be my brother.
Yes.
And if you recall, when we had the last election in 2023, we collapsed ADC to support Labour Party and Peter Obi for presidential election. It was only ADC, the African Democratic Congress, that said we are collapsing our own listen to support Peter Obi and the Labour Party.
But was
yes, we had issues with Dumebi, just as we're having issues with him. Dumebi is just a deal man. Unfortunately, we didn't know him. But I think with what he's doing currently, I think Nigerians have gotten to know him. Then in 2023, it was like my voice against his, and people were even beginning to doubt my own integrity. But I think with time, people have gotten to know him. He's a callous willy dealer. But that's so because of that, we did a convention and suspended and said we are removing him as a presidential candidate. And we, ADC, it's well documented. We had a major event. We spent ADC money. We didn't have money, but we still spent our own money to endorse Peter Obi and the Labour Party almost 2 weeks before the election. It was popularly, it was carried. And so you can see. And again, before when I want to stay away from talking about Peter, I want you to also see this. So we did that. Time has overtaken a lot of things, and after doing that, after the election and then the result modeling began, there were only three parties in Nigeria that organized a press conference to say that what was happening in international conference was unacceptable to us. What are the three parties? PDP, Labour Party, and ADC. So even when this thing was getting a bit, when the coalition talk was becoming complicated, at the point I challenged them. I said, come, if all of you were thinking right, which party would you go to? PDP, you were protesting result. Labour Party, you were protesting result. And you called out for political parties to come together. They saw what was going. And none of them came. And it was only ADC that came. It's not like if the result was overturned that ADC was going to become president. It's either PDP or Labour Party will be president. And we came out and participated, and so on. That should show you the quality of political party we've always tried to build. And then, so that is that. We supported Peter Obi, not just now, before, and so. And if there's anybody that people will even think, okay, even in this coalition, people were a bit scared that the ADC was like Peter Obi's party. Because in the immediate last election, ADC collapsed its structure to support Peter Obi. So now, Anambra election was a very long time ago.
It's very important to clarify.
And so as I said, a lot of water has passed under the bridge, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think one of the person that, there's some other guy who is central to what happened in Anambra State, the national chairman of APGA then. National chairman of APGA then knew my contributions. He knew everything. No, not Victor. Chekwas Okorie. Chekwas Okorie was the founding national chairman. A great guy, but when you are running a political party, at times temptations and so will just land on your footsteps. So what happened in Anambra State? And Chekwas, for instance, when he came to Anambra State, because Anambra State was the first place where I organized a major rally that we put the APGA on the face of the people. I organized that. By then, he came, but wasn't even showing up that much. Chekwas was there. And before Chekwas climbed the rostrum that day, he removed his slippers. He removed his shoe. He was actually wearing shoe. He had socks. He dramatized it. Had socks, put them off, and walked, and said he's matching his foot on ordinary floor. That anybody who will cheat or who will maybe do anything bad towards candidate selection, and so he said, Amadioha, I don't know if you know, Amadioha is the big God. That big God should deal with him. He said that before a lot of persons. Therefore, and he meant it, but I just said that in politics a lot of challenges can come. And he meant it. He was well-meaning. He said that, and a lot of people from Anambra State believed him. Then, when it was time for the primaries, primary was going on everywhere, and the Anambra State primary was hard. Not once, it was held 2 times, and I won that primary. Despite the fact that at the point, when Victor rejoined the APGA, and then he was sent by Peter, they insisted that they would bring the state chairman of the party. But what made myself and the people who organized the party very popular and made APGA the winning machine then was that I sponsored somebody. We had a by-election in Anambra, and I went to Anambra and I said, this time let us show the people let us show government, the incumbent government, that the people force is more important in any game. We went to mobilize Anambra and say, give us a candidate to contest the election. They contested, and for the first time, the force of the people overwhelmed the government. And it was on this, when this happened, that some other opportunists who were standing somewhere say, wow, they didn't know that a new party, we were then about 3 months old, that a new party can win an election. And they all of them trooped in. We said, no problem. The primary was conducted, and then not once, not 2 times. My name was clear. But Chekwas was, there were pressure. Running party can be very expensive. There was a lot of pressure. And then he came by our leader, Iroele, and others. We didn't know where this pressure was coming. But as far as I'm concerned, it's to go and mobilize the people to vote, I was doing. And then to also build the infrastructure, because you need structure. We built the structure, and the structure delivered the person they know can win the election. But, so, even if I stepped out, we marketed the party so much that anybody who you put there, we built a winning machine, and the winning machine will always win. And so on. So, but that's become history. We quarreled after. Let me tell you something. Do you know that the founding national secretary of APGA happened to also be the national secretary, Alhaji Saidu Abdullahi, happened to be the national secretary of ADC. You know why? He became the national secretary because they didn't like what happened to me in APGA. They didn't like it. So today we are still working together. Quite a handful. Dr. Mani, who is today is the national legal advisor, happened to also be part of the people who left APGA because of what happened to me. But as I said, we have supported, ADC have supported Peter when he was governor. ADC have supported him when he ran for president. And this last election, ADC equally supported him.
So let me just make a clarification. So those 2 governorship primaries that you won, Peter Obi was a contestant in those primaries?
Yeah, he was.
He was a contestant? Yes. Okay. Just needed to clarify that. And
but what happened was that later, the national chairman of the party, in the person of Chekwas, now said that that the leaders of the party have decided that Anambra should be consensus because Ikemba was going to be our presidential candidate, and that Ikemba, the presidential candidate, said that for him to run, that he's going to be the person that he should be allowed in his state to nominate the person who became the governor.
Interesting. We just needed that bit of clarity on history.